Welcome back, my homestead homies. All right, it's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and I'm Doug. And today we're going to do another series or part of building the greenhouse in winter. As you can see, in our last episode, we had the first part of this pretty much up. I've never built a building in this manner. Okay, normally I'll use the posts, I'll put them in the concrete, put them in the ground, then build off of them. And on the chicken houses, I built the floor as a platform first, and then I built the walls just like a traditional stick build. So this is a little different for me, but I'm not scared of it. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys too, even with minimal carpenter skills. I mean, a lot of this stuff, you can get out there and you can get it done. All I'm doing basically is just bracing up each one of these posts as I go, getting them tied together, and the more you tie them together, the sturdier they're going to become, and then it's not a problem. So today what we're going to be doing is trying to get as far as long as we can, trying to get the other 3 posts up, get those pads dug in and anchored, and then continuing on, and then wrapping the tops with the beams that go left to right to give us our 8-foot span left to right. And it's 16 foot. I might have said 18 foot in the last video one time. I think I said twice 16 foot. But it's a 16 foot by 8 foot wide. So I try to keep my measurements at 8 feet, because that way I have a lot less waste on my materials, right? So always think about what you're building and how you can make those buildings or structures conform to the building material, so you have a lot less waste. So I'm going to be getting going on this. I'll be popping in and out with you guys. I don't have, battery life and data cards enough to just like film me doing the whole thing. So I'll do some of it, then I'll turn it off, and then I'll just kind of keep touching base with you guys as I progress around the building for today's episode. So let's go. Making sure my lip is going to be 1.5 inches out. Not that it matters. I mean, you can make it any amount that you want out. But I just decided to go with 1.5 inches. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the other side, and I'm going to start making sure that pad is level to this pad over here, and then I'll start putting that post up, and then I'll start tying them in as I go. Alright, so I got my concrete pad down. It's level with this side. So now I have my post, and I have to put my post on there. I have to put my post on here, and then set my supports. And just remember, never give up. You know? Looks good. Get this side on here. Get it all buttoned up. And then I'll plumb it in. You can hear that wind. It's just a rainy, cold kind of day. Now I got my level out, so we're going to check for plumb. And I got my string here, so I know where it needs to be. So I need to move this out. Right there is perfectly plumb. And then it's got to come forward. So yeah, this is the one-man building show. I know you guys might be cringing in your armchairs there a little bit, but it's okay. Don't try this at home. We get that right up snug on that line, not touching it, just snug up on it. And I know I'm at 8 feet because I'm using this board here. It's an 8-foot board to tell me where I need to be, so when I put my crossbars on, my post for the cross there, everything will line up perfect. No one to touch in there. Just want it to be as close as it can be. Alright, without touching. Okay, and we're plumb. So now I'll get my next pad dug in and situated, and then I'll connect these together, and then I'll go ahead and run my cross beam on this one, and then you guys will see how this will all come together. And as I keep doing that, going down this side, the whole box will strengthen, and then I'll double check and make sure I'm square, and then from there I'll be moving on to the roof. All right, homestead homies. Sun's going down on me, but I did get my walls squared, and I got the my header on here, and then I'll probably just be able to get this one on, and then in the morning I'll get the other two on. So you have to look for that in the next video. And then we'll get the roof going. And then we'll get this sucker paneled up. We got some cold weather coming in, which is fine. I don't mind working in the cold weather. So right now I was just figuring out how high up I wanted to make this. I think I'm going to go 9, 8, and 7. And that should be a pretty good fall. For 16 feet is how long it is. So it'll be like 2 feet of fall in 16 feet. I'll be collecting water off of this, and we'll be using that water for the rain, from the rain, to use for the greenhouse and for you know, some of the raised beds. So stay tuned for that hookup too. Alright, so that's a wrap. It's getting dark outside. I'm going to finish getting this one put up here. Got to feed everybody, put them up, collect the eggs, you know, all your typical homestead chores. I hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more in the progression. I'm changing up some stuff right now as I'm thinking about it, so stay tuned for that, and we'll have more of these videos coming up on the greenhouse build. And that's it. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug, and we'll see you guys on the next one.